Hey guys, welcome to the MotoBandit show. I'm your host Clifford Barnard and thank you for joining me today. We are through a whole bunch of different comments and suggestions from you guys, my subscribers. We have just gone through, I think it's just 5 or 6 last songs of the heavier stuff. Now we're swinging it around to the Hendrix. So if you're new to the channel is primarily about reactions and reacting to music and just basically coming along with me while I listen to and review and check out your videos. Sometimes for the first time, sometimes I've seen this stuff before. So just going through some of the comments, let me just zoom in here for you. I also want to give my subscribers some recognition as also. The video that I done previously was, let me just check here, this was Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Child, and I think this was at, oh, I can't remember this. This was Woodstock 1969, I think it was. And just some of the comments, Mike says, check out Jimmy's live performance, Hey Joe, at the Monterey Pop Festival, also Fox Lady Live at the Miami Pop Festival. So I'll be looking at those two next. So I've got the Hey Joe lined up there. So good suggestions, very cool. Mr. Good Enough, indeed, the wind was 40 miles per hour. So in this video that I checked before, the winds were pumping so much, so they covered the microphones and so on. So indeed, the wind was 40 plus miles an hour. What's miles to 40 miles to kilometers? Wow, okay, 64 k's an hour, not bad. So they cut foam so they cut out foam out of the instrument cases and wrapped the microphones. Also mentioned to overdub the drums because they weren't recorded properly. And the Isle of Wight was a month or so after this. Okay, so I referred to the Isle of Wight in that video. Thanks, Mr. Good Enough, for correcting me there. Sadly, Jimmy passed away shortly after September 18th, 1970. Enjoyed my reaction. Thank you, bud. I appreciate. I already gave you like a stellar 4. Let's check the replies here. No replies. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, boom. The next one is Jimmy's first hit the scene when I was in high school. So, class. In South Africa, we would say Klaus or Klaus. Gluckman. Jimmy first hit the scene was when I was in high school, although it was well before your time. Yeah, true. The summary of this impact was spot on, and he was the right guy at the right place, and he will always be numero uno. So it's probably number 1. 517, Back to the Future. Table, I don't know what that's about, but cool, man. Thank you for the recommendation. So we today are going off Mike's recommendation. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I've got the lyrics up as usual here on the right-hand side. Let me know if you like the lyrics up on the right-hand side. It does make the screen a bit smaller, but it gives you guys a view on what the lyrics are. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you don't. Obviously, I've done this for a couple of videos. So by the time I do my next batch of videos, if you say you don't want it, cool, I'll leave it out. But be that as it may, here we go. Boom. Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe, Monterey Festival, 1967. I think everyone knows the lyrics, so...
Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your head? Hey Joe, I said, where you going with that gun in your head?
Nice.
I'm going out and shoot my old lady. You know I'm gonna mess around with another man.
Oh, man.
I'm going out and shoot my old lady. You know I'm gonna mess around with another man. And that ain't too good. Hey Joe, I said, I heard these shots.
Shut your mama down. Nice.
Hey Joe, I said, sure let it down, you shut her down in the ground.
Nice.
Yes, sir, I did, I shot her. You know I caught her mess around town. Yes, sir, I did, I shot her. You know I caught her mess around town. Now give it a gun, I shot her.
I remember my Uncle Wayne and my Uncle Mark telling me about this guy, Jimi Hendrix, when I was learning how to play guitar. I think I was like 10 years old. And they would tell me about Jimi Hendrix. This guy used to chew on the guitar and he used to set his guitar on fire on stage and all of that. So I was like, fuck, who's this crazy dude? And, you know, in this era of music, like I've said before, I mean, nobody back then had played guitar like this. If you think of all the musicians back then, it was primarily Clapton in the scene, and then like big bands. There was quite a lot of the Beatles. We were just coming out of, it was like the Elvis, like Beatles, and then there was like Clapton and that era of musicians, bit of Santana, and then Hendrix hit the scene. And I mean, you must just imagine, like, no one had ever heard of music being played like this. Not only music, but the guitar actually physically being aggressively attacked and played. So I mean, you can just imagine. I mean, today it's sort of like an afterthought. People don't really play Hendrix's songs in music stores or whatever when you're trying out to play instruments and that kind of jazz. But if you think about it, back then in the day, compared to the musicianship and the musicians we have today, I mean, the guys are brilliant today. And I mean, the stuff that Hendrix played today, it's like chalk and cheese, are quite easy to play. But back then, it was mind-blowing. It was revolutionary. It was like the Steve Jobs of the tech world. Hendrix was like the virtuoso of the guitaring world. And I mean, brilliant. It never gets old. And I must say, he doesn't look like high in this video, because some of his other videos that I've watched, he like looked very like stoned. So I don't know if Mitch is still his drummer, yeah? Yeah, Mitch is still his drummer. He's got a different bass player. I think this is after Billy Cox. No, before Billy Cox. I can't, help me out. Like you guys said, it's before my time, so. And if you listen to all of this style of guitaring by Hendrix, it's all blues. The riff stuff he does, all the scales that he plays, it's all blues. But it's obviously blues is rock, basically, all this style of rock. Blues rock. Nice. Nice. Yeah, tune those guitars, boys. Tune those guitars. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for the recommendation. I'll be moving on to your next one. And thank you, as the viewer, for joining me on this journey. Any other recommendations I'd appreciate. Just give me a shout. If you enjoy the content and you enjoy the channel and you enjoy me, consider subscribing and then click the notification bell. I'd appreciate that. It does help the algorithm and it does help with the views and, you know, the usual jazz. But be that as it may, this is primarily a musical journey and I'm glad you came along with me. So thank you and have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.